want people to know something out here. I'm trying to get a message out about all these dangers in the internet age. You've heard about child predators and child pornography. Well, let me tell you, there's other things that can happen now because of information where people are not only able to betray your privacy, but your personal safety. And if they want to do it that bad, they're going to do it. And if you don't care about what can happen, you better start caring. And stop going around accusing people of harassment when you're not in danger and somebody's not trying to be malicious and so forth. Because you just seem to think you have the right to say whatever you want because you claim everything's freedom of speech or you infringe on somebody else's rights. Because I had a cousin who almost got hurt once, and I'm going to tell you something. He's getting fed up with people, and he could very well snap at you guys out there in society that live in some small town where you want to be small-minded about people, and there could be people coming in from some cities like Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and they could be coming into some bad parts of South Dakota, maybe Wisconsin if you don't watch out. And I'll tell you what, he knows what it's like. And I'm going to tell you something about it, okay? Is that if you don't care about what I'm talking about now, when are you going to care about something? I mean, are you going to be just like people were in the 1930s as the Nazis moved in, did nothing to stop them? Because that could very well be happening places in the United States of America. I am not talking about other countries. Stop talking about the rest of the world when somebody's talking about America, because America's the country you can deal with. That's the country that needs to be focused on. And I'm going to tell you something flat out to your face if you want to know it. You don't go around treating people like dirt, like you have the right to hit somebody and so forth, because you might just hit somebody even trying to do it. They might have conspiracy vendetta against you over the internet, breaking into bank accounts and everything. All this stuff with identity theft, false identity, being able to hack through, having anti-traceware, and so forth. They could be conspiring murder, and you might be unprotected. I mean, you're talking about a lot of dangers that can happen to you in this day and age. Why don't you stop and think? It's not worth it. You don't go around acting like you have a right not to be filmed on camera when you're in public. The truth about video voyeurism and video peeping Tom is that read the federal laws, go on the internet, do your research, get your facts straight. And I'm telling you, buddy, you don't want to find out just what kind of trouble you're going to be in. And I mean this for everybody, especially people who just seem to think that way. And I want children to understand, growing up today, this is no laughing matter. You're putting your life in your own hands if you behave that way. You may have a lot of other people to take down, and you'll be answerable for that. And there's going to be questions, and people are going to get angry and see things are just not what you think they are. Seem to think you can get away with saying anything you want about somebody. Oh, but there's no consequences. It's a lie. There are, most certainly. And maybe you don't like what somebody's telling you. But get your facts straight and realize that if you want to do certain things to people, you're going to pay for it. And this is no joke. You don't know what kind of people there are. There's stuff out there that the police won't have any way of helping you with. And you know what? A lot of people out there, gangs from places around the United States, other urban places coming in that are industrialized, destroyed by heavy industry, going from one place like that to another place. Why aren't you bothered by it? You just don't think it could happen to you. So you say, well, I don't care. It's not important. I don't want to hear about it. Well, whoever said you had a right not to be hearing about it? That's the problem with people who are that way. It's all, hey, I'll do whatever suits my benefit, and I don't care. If I wasn't acting in self-defense, I don't care if I committed assault and battery against somebody else. And you know what I can tell you? Well, you better care, because doing things like that may end up getting you murdered because of what somebody can post on the internet. Anonymity. You didn't learn anything from Dateline with Chris Hansen on NBC when they did something about predators called To Catch a Predator. Well, let me tell you something. People may get away with something I'm talking about, and there's no sting operation or a decoy that's going to save your butt. What's the matter with you people? You just seem to think that you're just going to not get hurt because you want to go around treating people like dirt. Maybe there's some arsonist out there. Don't know. You realize people can get a hold, find ways to steal information, and break in, and make it look like they want to do something. They can find out where you live and everything and give it all out. And they can contact different sources. Maybe they find a way to get money. And maybe they just don't care what's going to happen to you. Because maybe they want you to die for what you did to somebody else. I want people to think about why that could happen. And there's just some people out there that know exactly what they're doing. And see, when you get like I don't care, and you want to go around lying to the police and everything, well, what's the matter with you? You seem to think it's okay to spread stories, slander people. No, you don't. Why don't you think about this that can happen? I'm not being philosophical about anything I'm talking about with the internet. There's a lot of stuff out there that can happen to you. Don't believe it. Think about it. By design, somebody smarter than you, somebody knows something you don't know, putting your life, you are putting your life in your own hands. And yes, it is a fact that there are people out there that may have every intention to use that information against you. And it's like, hey, so you wanted to hit somebody because they filmed you for having a boom car or they said something about it, and you claim loud music's freedom of speech where it disturbs somebody else's rights and everybody harass you. Well, guess what? You harass other people when you go around lying about them. When you go around disturbing the peace and showing no respect for other people like pedestrians and so forth. Not respecting the speed limit. Doing stuff that can endanger somebody else. And that's the kind of crap that people just don't seem to get straight. Well, why don't they get it straight? When you do certain things to people, you're going to find out what kind of consequences there are. So why don't you get it straight? I did research about some things that were dangerous. Talking to people about when they were in school, if they could remember a time when sports clothing was the big concern. We're beyond those days now. We're in the day and age where you gotta be concerned about what's somebody gonna be posting on the internet against me. Gee, I don't know. And why are people like, gee, I don't know? Because they said I didn't care? Because they don't want to believe there's anything dangerous that can be placed on the internet? They better start getting their head on straight about stuff. Because see, there could be kids out there that might be younger than 10 years of age, and you don't know what they know. Think about this like you're playing chess, because of the way things can go. Because if you don't believe it's that bad, you're not right.